few weeks ago, one of my granddaughter who's getting married asked me if I would make, she loves Subway's raspberry cheesecake cookies. And would I figure out a recipe and make that cookie? Well, I'd never had one, so I had to go down to Subway and buy one cookie. And it was interesting. And I looked online and kind of combined several different recipes. And the big thing was how to make the raspberry part. And several, one said you can use frozen raspberries, and that didn't work. There's too much moisture, and it wasn't a good cookie. And so then we did, a lot of them said freeze-dried. And Diana has a freeze dryer. And so I used her raspberries, and they tasted good. But then I noticed that it was like, there's this thing called raspberry bits. No. Yeah. Anyway, but evidently it's not available right now, but you could use like fruit roll up or fruit leather or something like that. And so this, I made the first batch with the freeze dried, and we'll have a taste test after this. And then this batch is going to be the same recipe, but I'm using the fruit roll-ups. And I had a hard time finding raspberry fruit roll-ups. A lot of them are mixture or blue or whatever, strawberry. And so I got these raspberry ones when I got them home. And I looked online, and you can get them at a Target. And it says apple pear raspberry, but I think it's no sugar added, so I think that's the sweetener is the other thing, because it has a raspberry flavor. And they come rolled up, and in these little packets. So you open one up, and there's just two little things of the fruit roll-ups. And so I have cut them up into little pieces. Let me move this and show you here. In these little chunks. And what I did was just took two together here and a knife, and I just started slicing them down. And when I got, the end is a little big, so I had to cut those a couple times because it's a circle. And then I just did the rest of it here. So the only thing difference is these two, and we'll have a test and show you which one we like the best. Okay, well, we went ahead with our video and we're recording some, and I checked it, and somehow my battery went out. So we have a new, we have another camera here. So I'm just going to tell you what I've already done. In here is 3 1/3 cup of flour, and I've added 1/4 cup of cornstarch. And this is because cake flour was called for on a recipe, and regular flour. And the sub for cake flour is taking out some of the flour and adding cornstarch. And so I just did it as a batch, and I haven't not put that in yet. And so in here we have 1.5 sticks of softened butter and 4 ounces of full fat cream cheese. And then I added 1 1/4 cups of light brown sugar, and 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And now I am adding 2 eggs.
So you have everything in the recipe but the flour mixture,
yes,
the dry ingredients.
Yeah, the dry ingredients.
All the wet ingredients are in there.
Mm-hmm. And I've already combined the dry ingredients, so I'll tell you what I did before the camera stopped. Yes. Yeah, but right now we'll just do this. So it's just the sugars, cream cheese, and butter, vanilla, and eggs. So we'll just... so hopefully you could see on that close-up how nice and creamy that is with these whipped attachments here. So I'm going to do it just for another couple of minutes until it's really nice and combined. Okay, now I actually like to change. They have cake paddles for these things, and some people just use the dough hook, but I use both. I just like how I like it whipped. I think that really adds to it. So now I'm going to put this in on here, and I'm going to add the dry ingredients. And this is the one that has the 3 1/3 cups of flour, 1/4 a cup of cornstarch, 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt. Just put that in.
The nice thing about a Bosch is you don't have to alternate things. It'll mix it all in.
Yeah. So I'll mix that. You need a lid. I actually have sometimes not remember to put the lid on. Not fun. So there's the flour, and all I have left is the white chocolate chips. And it's quite heavy on it. It's 16 ounces of chocolate chips or chunks. It actually looks pretty with the chunks.
Well, you need it.
Yeah.
It makes the cookie.
Yeah.
Something special.
So it takes quite a lot. So 16 ounces, but that's also the same thing as 1 pound. So, and then I'm going to mix those in.
You do it separately.
Yeah, I did, just because I want to make sure. And this is just to distribute the white chocolate and these. Now, here is the raspberry roll-ups that I cut previously. It says to put 8 ounces of that. I don't think this is 8 ounces, but I think it's plenty. If you like more, add more. So, and then I'm just gonna, just long enough for this to be combined. Okay.
Oh, it looks delicious.
There you go. Take this out. And this part I'm not quite sure. The instructions say to, and I've done it, but it said to chill it for 24 hours up to 72 hours. I don't know why 12 hours won't do it. Once it's chilled, it's chilled.
It says up to 72 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for 24 hours at the minimum.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm doing it because it's for a special occasion. And maybe later on I'll try and see if you can do it half as long. I don't know. Once it's in the fridge, I guess you can forget it. So I'm going to chill this, and then we'll put it in using a 40, number 40 cookie scoop, or it's a tablespoon and a half, I believe. And I'll put it in the parchment-lined cookie sheet and bake it. And then we'll be back and tell you the difference, and see if we like the jammy bits. Well, that's what it's called, jammy bits.
The ones that are currently not available are jammy bits.
Right, jammy bits.
This is the workaround.
Yeah, or the freeze dried. Anyway, hope you enjoy. They look beautiful. Thanks. Now we're going to do taste tests for the raspberry cheesecake cookies. I've got both the ones I did with the freeze dried raspberries and the ones I did with the fruit leather
Yes.
roll up things, fruit roll ups they were. Okay, let's do the first. We're going to do the freeze dried. This one.
Oh, freeze dried.
It's the same recipe. They look a little different, but I halved one of the recipes, so might have been off a bit.
I like the cream cheese in it. You can really taste that.
The freeze dried, I can taste the raspberries really good. It tastes very good. Okay.
That's delicious.
And the other one has pieces of the fruit roll up.
All you did is put the fruit leather in.
I cut it in pieces, yeah. Really good.
That is heavenly.
They taste pretty similar, don't they?
They do. So either variation, whatever you have available.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Well, Good. Thank you. They're good.
Yummy.